In this video, I'm going to show you the best budget gaming laptop in 2021. I'm going to review each gaming laptop based on price, design, and performance. This video is going to help you and be your guide to buying budget gaming laptops. This is what a $200 gaming laptop looks like. And this is what a $900 gaming laptop looks like. I'm going to start off with super cheap budget laptop and then work our way to the more expensive laptops.
I like money.
Starting off with this $222 laptop, the Asus L210 laptop. Make no mistake, this is no ZenBook, far from it. Actually, the Asus L210 is a more Spartan device in terms of performance, but not so much in terms of features. The Asus L210 is equipped with the rather sluggish Intel Celeron N4020 processor. The CPU has a base frequency of 1.1 GHz that goes up to 2.8 GHz, a 4MB cache size and a terminal design power of just 4.8 watts. The Asus L210 also comes with limited storage space, more precisely with 64GB on one MMC flash drive. As expected, display quality is subpar when comparing it with more expensive laptops. So if we take into account the Asus L210 offers about as much as other similar priced models, it's important to note that it also features an 11.6-inch LED screen in HD resolution, brilliant for gaming. Gaming on this laptop is slow for big games but can be quite fast for small games. The battery life is great, lasting up to 12 hours before needing a wall plug. In the end, I think the 11-inch Asus L210 laptop is the best buy for many casual gamers and users. The next laptop is from Acer, the Acer Aspire 5 Slim. Updates with 8th generation Intel Core processors, this more than competent laptop takes all the boxes you'd want for a day-to-day laptop for gaming. The Acer Aspire 5 has proven once again that mid-range machines are the way to go. And as long as your needs don't include a whole lot of video editing or designing and drafting, this might just be the best laptop for your gaming. The design of the Acer Aspire 5 is what you'd probably expect from a mid-range laptop. Nothing too flashy. However, this doesn't mean this is a chunky, ugly laptop. With dimensions of 2.16 by 38.16 by 26.3 centimeters and a weight of 2.2 kilograms, the Acer Aspire is quite a large laptop, but it's not heavy or unweighty to carry around. The bottom half of the laptop, where the large keyboard and touchpad sit, again has a plastic surface, but it has a brushed finish that, while not as premium aluminum, is still quite pleasant. That being said, for $500, this laptop is a great budget option for gaming. The next laptop is the Asus VivoBook 15. Despite its 15.6-inch screen, the VivoBook is still highly portable, weighing just 1.8 kilos and measuring a sleek of 18 millimeters thick. Despite the powerful i7 processor, this laptop ran cool and quiet throughout all our tests, even when running heavy-duty graphics benchmarks. So this is for gaming in ninja mode.
I'm a ninja!
It's nice and sturdy too, thanks to its aluminum casing, which is available in silver, green, and punk pink. The Asus VivoBook S15 doesn't have a discrete GPU, relying instead on the integrated graphics of the Intel Core i7 processor. But the quad-core chip does provide very respectable performance in most of our benchmark tasks, and while the lack of discrete GPU means that it's not really a gaming laptop, the VivoBook S15 strikes a nice balance between its large display and highly portable design, whilst it's also providing strong all-around performance and a good connectivity at a competitive price. The next laptop is the Gateway Creator Series from Walmart for $700. Great for legit gaming. Those looking for an RTX 206 CPU in a thin and affordable laptop can't go wrong. The Gateway Creator Series goes for a sleek, minimalistic look, and it pulls off it well. It will suit those who like a simplistic yet sturdy design. Its plastic hood is flat and matte black, with the silver Gateway logo engraved in the center. The laptop's interior is quite simple, with a black deck and end-to-end keyboard with RGB lighting. There's a power button on the top right corner of its chassis, along with a performance button right beside it to select the power mode. Without a doubt, the weakest point of Gateway Creator Series is its keyboard. The layout is too wide, with the keys being too spaced out. That's fine when gaming, but typing for work always felt off, not to mention the keys offer a mediocre click. This is where the Gateway Creator Series really shines. For less than $1,000, it offers a NVIDIA GeForce RTX 2060 with 6GB of RAM. The Gateway Creator Series packs an Intel Core i5-10300H CPU with 8GB of RAM, which is the bare minimum needed for photo and video editing, gaming and multitasking. It's not ideal, considering the laptop is targeting content creators who typically need beefy specs to get the job done. You've made it to the last laptop. This one is for the famous Razer brand. This laptop is the Ryzen Bladen 15 made for gaming. Because the Ryzen Bladen is equipped with Intel Core i7-10875H and RTX 2080, even one of the hardest games to run right now, Metro Exodus, managed to hit more than 60 FPS with ray tracing turned off and everything else at max. But even with ray tracing enabled, this laptop was easily able to manage 50 FPS, which is more than playable even if it isn't at the golden 60 FPS. The touchpad is similarly fantastic, spacious, sensitive, and actually feels good to click down. Touchpads on Windows 10 devices are starting to be good, but the Razer Blade is still the best example of a touchpad on a Windows 10 device. So, which laptop are you gonna buy? The cheap Acer Aspire or perhaps past Razer Blade in 15? If you want to take a further look or even buy these laptops, click the link below. Thank you for watching, stay geeky.